After calculation of factory cost and work cost, now let us start with office and administration overheads. Office and administration overhead, as we have already discussed, office and administration overheads when are added to the factory cost will give you the cost of production. So similarly, office and administration overheads are the expenses which are related to the office of the organization and all administrative works. So let's see what office and administration of expenses are given in the question. Let us start from the beginning. Office salaries. They are part of office and administration overheads. Office salaries. How much it is given? 57,600. 57,600. 57,600. It's not 57,600. Next expenses are your printing and stationery. They are the expenses which are part of your administrative work. Printing and stationery, which are rupees 16,400. 16,400. Next is office rent rates and insurance. Office rent rates and insurance, 21,600. 21,600. Office rent rates, and then it is director's fees, 22,000. 22,000. Next is your depreciation, repairs and maintenance. We are mentioning depreciations, repairs and maintenance which are part of office equipment and furniture. We are not taking which are part of a factory building. 14,900. Next is your managing director's salary. Again, we discussed 30% belongs to the office. So 30%, $13,500. Next is your lighting of office building. Lighting office, which is 9,000. I think we have covered all the expenses which can fall under the category of office and administration overheads. Then you have cost of production. Cost of production is arrived by factory overheads plus work cost, which will give you cost of production. You can revert back to the formula. Cost of production is equal to factory cost plus administration and overheads. So factory cost plus all these administration and overheads when are added will give you cost of production. 13,44,300. This is your cost of production. Next is selling and distribution overheads. Selling and distribution overheads. Selling and distribution overheads, we add all those overheads which are a part of a selling process of a manufacturing concern. First, I think let's start and find out what expenses can be added in selling and administration overheads. First is advertisement. Advertisement is again a part of your marketing, so definitely it will be added in your selling and distribution overheads. Next is your selling and distribution overheads, 44,600 rupees. Next is your salesman's salary. I think forgot to mention, salesman's salary is in the question. Salesman's salary is rupees 23,700. Next is your carriage outward. Carriage outward is rupees 18,500. Next is your warehouse expenses. Warehouse expenses are given 19,500. Next is managing director salary. It is rupees 30% given in for selling and distribution overheads. It will be 13,500. Next is free samples distributed. Free samples distributed. It is 3,700. Next is packaging and forwarding expenses. Packaging and forwarding expenses. It will be 12,300. Now we will add all this amount and mention in a total amount column 1,35,000. 1,35,800. After adding all these values, 8,86,000, 3,02,500, 11,89,300 need to be mentioned in the outer column. 11,89,300, 13,44,300, 1,35,800. We will be arriving at cost of sales or total cost, which will give you a value of 14,80,100. Now we have been given the value of sales rupees 16,50,000, and now after deducting sales minus cost of sales, we will arrive at a figure of a profit which is rupees 1,69,900. So for more clear understanding, we will draw some borders over here. This question is complete. I think I need to revise the question again so that you are not confused. Before preparing a cost sheet, we should be clear with the format. Cost sheet for the year ending 31st March 2010. We are preparing a cost sheet for the year ending 31st March 2010. Particulars, amount, and then total amount. We will calculate the value of material consumed. We will calculate add manufacturing wages, chargeable expenses, and after adding all these three values, we will get the prime cost. In prime cost, we will add all factory overheads which are mentioned in the question and which are a part of a production process, like indirect material, indirect wages, internal transport, factory, drawing office expenses, work manager's salary, foreman's salary, depreciation, repairs and maintenance, factory building, plant and machinery, motive power, cotton waste, oil, fuel and gas, managing director's salary, lighting, factory. Managing director's salary is not clear, is clearly mentioned that out of 45,000 rupees, 40% is for the factory. So definitely we will calculate the 40% value of 45,000 and we will show in the factory overheads. Lighting, factory, consumable stores and less value, and then we will deduct the value of a scrap. After adjusting these values and addition of all these values to the prime cost plus factory overheads, we will be arriving at a value, at a factory cost value. After this, we will move further with office and administration overheads. Office salaries, printing and stationery, office rent and rates, director fees, depreciation, repairs and maintenance, office equipment and furniture, managing director salary, lighting, office. After adding all this, we will get the cost of production. That means cost of production is equal to factory cost plus office and administration overheads. Factory cost plus all these office and administration overheads will give you the value of 13,44,300. In this question, then after cost of production, we will add selling and distribution overheads. In cost of production, that is advertisement, salesman salary, carriage outward, and all the expenses related to sales of a product, we will add in the selling and distribution overheads. One thing more, I think it is not mentioned by mistake, it is not mentioned in the question about the salesman's salary, because so we will mention salesman's salary in the question because by mistake it has been left out. Salesman salary, it is rupees 23,700. Salesman salary. Salesman salary, now the question is correct. Salesman salary 23,700, carriage outward, warehouse expenses, managing director salary, free samples, packaging and forwarded expenses. All these expenses are added in cost of production. which will give you the final value 14,80,000. That is your total cost. Sales value is given in the question 16 lakh. It's 1 lakh. It's about think 10. Yes, now it's correct. Now we will deduct this value from this value and we will get the it is mentioned question. Okay, now it's correct. Sales is 16,50,000. Here also we have rectified the value by mistake. It was wrong value has been mentioned. Sales is 16,50,000. Here also sales is 16,15,000. Then we will deduct the total cost value from sales and we will arrive at a profit value, that is 1,69,900. So if you will revert back to the format of a balance cost sheet which I have make you understood in the previous session, we have completely followed this format: prime cost, work cost of factory cost, then cost of production, then cost of goods sold, cost of sales, and finally arriving at the final value. Here also we have followed the same format which we have discussed in the previous session. So by now I think you are well versed how to prepare the cost sheet and you are well versed how to present all the components in a cost sheet in an efficient manner. Thank you so much.